Imagine this. It's the dead of night on a foggy island prison known as the Rock. Three men, armed with nothing but spoons, smarts, and sheer desperation, slip out of their cells, vanish into the icy waters of San Francisco Bay, and are never seen again. Were they swallowed by the sea, or did they pull off the greatest prison break in American history? Welcome to the True Crime Report Cold Cases, where we dive deep into the mysteries that still haunt us. Today we're cracking open the file on the infamous 1962 Alcatraz escape. Stick around because by the end of this video you'll know every twist, every theory, and why this case refuses to die, even after 60 years. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a cold case breakdown. In this video you'll learn the step-by-step details of how these inmates outsmarted one of the world's most secure prisons, the FBI's massive manhunt, and the mind-blowing evidence that's surfaced over the decades. We'll explore whether Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers drowned, or if they lived free lives under the radar. But here's the central question driving this story. In a prison designed to be inescapable, surrounded by frigid water, about 55 degrees Fahrenheit per 13 degrees Celsius, and powerful, unpredictable currents that make the bay deadly even to strong swimmers, how could three convicts disappear without a trace? And more importantly, did they survive? Let's break this down chronologically to keep the suspense building. First, we need to understand the players in the prison. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, perched on a rocky island in San Francisco Bay, was the ultimate lockdown for America's worst criminals. From 1934 to 1963, it housed the likes of Al Capone and Machine Gun Kelly. Escape was supposed to be impossible. Guards, gun towers, frigid waters averaging 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and currents that could sweep you out to sea in minutes. Our story centers on four inmates. Frank Morris, a genius-level IQ bank robber born in 1926, who'd spent his life bouncing from foster homes to prisons. Then there were the Anglin brothers, John, born in 1930, and Clarence in 1931, from a poor Georgia farm family. They were inseparable, expert swimmers and career bank robbers who targeted closed businesses to avoid hurting anyone. The fourth? Allen West, a car thief with a violent streak, who ended up left behind. These guys weren't strangers. They'd crossed paths in other prisons like Atlanta and Leavenworth. Morris arrived at Alcatraz in 1960, the Anglins soon after, and West was already there. They were housed in B Block, cells side by side. But what turned these hardened criminals into escape artists? Boredom? Desperation? Or just plain audacity? Now, the planning phase. This is where the ingenuity kicks in. For 6 months, starting around late 1961 or early 1962, they hatched a plan that sounds like something out of a Hollywood script. Who was the mastermind? Accounts vary. Some say it was Morris, who was reported to have a high IQ, often cited as about 133. Others point to West or even John Anglin. Regardless, they started by widening the ventilation ducts under their sinks. Tools? Stolen saw blades, mess hall spoons, and a homemade drill from a vacuum cleaner motor. They masked the noise with Morris playing his accordion during music hour. Talk about clever cover. Behind their cells was an unguarded utility corridor. They climbed up to the cell block's empty top level, turning it into a secret workshop. Using over 50 stolen raincoats, they stitched an inflatable raft by hand, sealing it with heat from steam pipes. Life preservers from a Popular Mechanics magazine design, plywood paddles. They thought of everything. And to fool the guards? Dummy heads made from soap, toilet paper, toothpaste, concrete dust, and real hair from the barbershop floor. Painted to look lifelike, tucked under blankets. These things were so convincing the escape wasn't discovered until morning. The night of June 11, 1962, lights out at 9:30 p.m. Morris, John, and Clarence slipped through their vents, leaving dummies in their beds. Allen West. His vent grill got stuck from hardened cement, he couldn't make it in time. The trio climbs to the roof, hauls their gear down a 50-foot kitchen vent pipe, scales 2 barbed wire fences, and inflates their raft near the power plant, a blind spot in the searchlights. Around 10 p.m. they launch into the bay, paddling toward, what? Angel Island? The mainland? We don't know for sure. West, left behind, emerges briefly after the others left but gives up and returns to his cell. That's the last anyone sees of the three. Here's the dramatic bombshell that shocked the world. At 7 a.m. the next morning, guards discover the dummies. Alcatraz erupts into chaos. The FBI launches a massive manhunt. By air, sea, and land, they find a paddle off Angel Island, a wallet with Anglin family photos, life vests knotted like the escapees. But no bodies. A Norwegian freighter reported a body on July 17, 1962, but coroners and investigators never linked that sighting conclusively to the escapees. West spills everything in interrogation, claiming it was his idea but explaining that he couldn't escape because his vent grill was stuck due to hardened cement. The FBI concludes they drowned. Currents too strong, water too cold. Case closed? Not even close. Sightings pour in. A cop sees a suspicious boat near the bay that night. Rumors of the Anglins in Brazil. A deathbed confession from a guy claiming he picked them up and killed them later. And then the family evidence. The most shocking twist? In 2015, the Anglin family reveals photos from a friend, Fred Britzi, showing two men in Brazil in 1975, who experts say are more than likely John and Clarence. Christmas cards with their handwriting arrive mysteriously for years. A 2013 letter to police claims to be from John Anglin. Frank died in 2008, Clarence in 2011. I have cancer, let me surrender for medical care. The FBI tests it, inconclusive. And ocean current studies suggest if they left at the right time, they could have made it to shore. Mind blown? This evidence keeps the debate raging. Drowned or disappeared? The FBI officially closed its investigation in 1979, concluding survival was unlikely. But the U.S. Marshals keep it open until the men turn 100, between 2026 and 2031. No conclusive proof either way. Alcatraz officially closed on March 21, 1963. High operational costs, deteriorating facilities, and limited capacity were the primary reasons. The 1962 escape increased scrutiny and political pressure, but wasn't the sole cause. Alan West did not escape. He fatally stabbed another prisoner in a racially motivated incident, probably in October 1971 or 1972, and he died in prison on December 21, 1978, from acute peritonitis after being stabbed in another racial altercation. As for Morris and the Anglins, the mystery endures, fueling books, movies like Clint Eastwood's Escape from Alcatraz, and endless theories. What do you think? Did they make it? Drop your theories in the comments below, like this video if you want more cold cases, and share it with a friend who's into true crime. Your engagement helps us uncover more stories like this. Thanks for watching the True Crime Report Cold Cases. If you loved this dive into Alcatraz, check out our playlist on other true crimes in America, from the D.B. Cooper case to Jeffrey Dahmer, among others. We've got hours of chilling mysteries waiting for you. See you in the next case. Stay curious, stay safe.